level, you can tell them I said it. Level up. God level, you can tell them I said it. Level up, level up, level up. Go. Everything, that means everything. Eyes connected to everything. And that's why. I'm in everything. All eyes on me. All eyes on everything. That means everything. Eyes connected to everything.
Woo! First things first, I want to apologize for our tardiness. We are 11 minutes late. We are usually not this late, but sometimes we can be a bit diva-ish. So please excuse us. This is Things That People Don't Want to Talk About, brought to you by God Level. That will be me. I am originally from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm a mother, I'm a nurse, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a sister, I'm a friend, I'm an aunt, I'm a Gigi. I am everything good. John, you want to go ahead and represent yourself?
Name is John Skywalker, the Sly Talker, lyricist, spoken word artist, martial artist, personal trainer, lover of life, student of psychology, and I am a father who has 5 hip-hop albums. John Skywalker has 5 hip-hop albums that are streaming on all music streaming platforms now. John Skywalker has 5 hip-hop albums streaming on all major streaming platforms. Look for John Skywalker. Salute.
Ivy Tanner, you want to go ahead and represent yourself?
Sure, man, but I just can't get the number 5 out of my brain right now because my hamsters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, I'm sorry. My bad.
Whole age.
You just told my whole age, my whole entire age too. Hi, everybody. I am Ivy, also known as Inattentive Ivy on TikTok. Your girl with 46 hamsters. I picked up about 20 more. They just said, Ricola, we coming in, right?
When they do breed like that.
They do, for real. I am a mom, a sister, former broadcast journalist. I am a friend. I used to work in media operations. I love talking about ADHD, mental health for people of the diaspora, whether that be brown or whether that be black or in between. Yeah, repping it for the Neurospicy. And as always, I'm going to keep it a buck.
That's what's up. AP, you want to go ahead and represent yourself?
Yes, I'm AP, pharmacy tech of 20 years, in the healthcare field for 31 years. Now I'm really telling that age. Founder, CEO, director of Sisters Empowerment House, where we're going to be mentoring girls and we teach social skills to our Black youth so they can get out here and learn how to communicate effectively. I want everybody to like, share, and subscribe. John, can you put the YouTube page page in the comments? Like, share, and subscribe. Please hit that button now. I'm here to learn a little something. I'm here to teach a little something. Heal, grow, and get these pockets on swole.
Right. Yeah, our special guest is running a little bit behind, just like us both. It's okay. But John got some questions for us. It's going to lead us right into her arrival. I love just throwing John out there.
Right, didn't we? John, can you put that in the chat? John, can you thank you, John, for all that you do for us.
Man, he is the father of this show, baby. He is our engineer. Hey, right. He's the producer. It is what it is. Now we're waiting on you, bro.
Yeah, so let's start off with this question. When you think of health, when you think of it, what do you think of? We're going to just set the foundation, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think of? Physical. Anything that's healthy. Anything. Physical. When I say health, it's a very broad. So you think physical?
When you think organic.
That's what comes to mind first is physical health.
Vegan.
I just
no meat.
Mental health.
Yeah.
Okay.
Low cholesterol.
I just think it's a state of well-being.
There, okay. Now we're on something. All right, okay. State of well-being. Okay.
That's not fair. She looked it up.
No, I didn't.
I mean,
are you on Google?
Yeah.
Are you on Google?
Right.
Right.
Mo said John is
Long as-
catching all that y'all are throwing at him. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. That yes. It's my brother, baby. Yes. Yes.
Love it.
What?
He's like, wait, is this on? Is this thing on?
All right. So what else do you guys think of? I mean, when something is healthy, I mean, what are we talking about here?
It's prospering,
Yeah,
Prospering?
Growing.
Okay.
abundance.
thriving.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think if
that.
something is healthy, it creates abundance.
Hmm.
It produces something. You know what I'm saying? Like if something is healthy, then let's just say mental well-being. If your mental well-being is healthy, then it creates good thoughts. If your emotional health is good, then it creates connection. You know, it breeds connection. So if your spiritual health is healthy, then I think that it brings forth peace and you know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like I
I'll
think
piggyback off
That's
of
what we're
that.
teasing out.
Because unhealthy would be deplete or
Yeah.
decrease.
Yeah.
So yes,
Okay.
I agree with you on the increase or
Yeah.
abundance.
Yeah.
All right.
I like
What about
that.
function? Does health
Mm.
provide a certain quality to function? Does health work?
Hmm.
I think you have to be at
Workability?
a specific health level to be able to function. If you think about it, if your heart is only at 20%, it's not functioning at full capacity.
Okay.
So you
That
definitely
is
have to be
so
healthy to be
true.
able to function.
Thank you. I'm
Mhm.
sorry I was responding to a text. Sherman said he's not going to be able to make it today. That's fine. We'll see you next weekend. Next week, Sherman. We're easy.
Okay.
Okay.
Mo
Good.
said
All
good
right.
for the body and soul is healthy.
It is healthy
Did
to
I get
me.
that wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Mo.
All right. So sounds like goodness. All right. So we
Oh,
got
absolutely.
functionality. It works. Health breeds functionality. Goodness.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to. I want to make sure that we understand this quality, because when we say that question right there, how does wealth heal? It's like, okay, well, what are we talking about though? What is the
Right.
thing that we're actually dealing with? You know, what
Yeah.
does healing look
Mm.
like? What does health look like? Right? I mean, it could be bad or good, right? We
Mm.
can have bad or good health. So we're still talking about, as she said, it's the state, referring to a quality. So we're talking
Mhm.
about a quality of existence. Hold up. Okay.
What is-
All right.
Mm.
We got
All
some
right. So
in the background.
now it could also it can also include the absence of disease, the absence of negative emotions, the absence of badness, the absence of dysfunction. Um,
Mhm.
dare I even say it's holistic,
Mm.
uh,
Oh
because it
yeah.
encompasses more than just one area, right? But you could have health in several domains of function, right? Like you guys were saying earlier, you got your financial health, your spiritual health, your social health, your psychological, your mental, emotional, your physical, right? So all of these different, wherever you're operating, there's health there, right? So
Okay.
let's talk more about oh somebody is doing that, huh? What is wealth and what are your ideas of it when you think of wealth?
Outside of money,
Well,
because
I
I
mean,
know that's the first.
I think
I
of
know
money
it
when I
include
think
it.
of wealth.
to be money.
I
Okay,
think
yeah.
of money when I
Why?
think,
Why?
yeah,
Why? Why do you think money?
that's
And
what
this isn't about right or wrong, y'all. This is just we're
Right.
exploring, right? So
I
this is
think
what
that's
we've
what
been.
we've been taught is to be
I
wealthy is
was just
to
getting ready
have
to say
a
that.
lot of money.
we can talk.
Now,
Yeah.
as you start to grow and as you start to get older and you start to experience more, you know that
Mm.
wealth is to be able to have good relationships with people, to have, happiness within yourself. And there are different non-monetary things, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
that can make you wealthy.
Yeah.
But
Because
initially you think of the monetary.
Yeah.
initially, actually, where I'm at these days, I think that wealth is about abundance, but it's in all areas. You know,
Okay.
just like you were just saying. You
Mm.
know, like if you've got wealth in yourself, that means that you have a wealth of confidence, of you've got a wealth of confidence, you've got a wealth of love, you've got a wealth of maybe even like intelligence. Like if you think that you're intelligently wealthy, you know what I'm saying? That means that you have a wealth of insight and thinking into things that are socially kind of like debated or whatever. So I think that there's a couple of different ways to look at wealth. It's about having an abundance of something.
Okay.
As you get older, you realize that wealth is something that can't be paid or bought. You can't buy it. You can't buy those things. That's what that is. It is a mind switch. In your early days, you're thinking about the beautiful car, the beautiful house, and having all this money. As you get older, all you want is the things that money can't buy.
Right.
All right. So we're talking about a change of priorities.
That is wealth.
Take a step back, though. Let's take a step back. So where did you guys get those ideas from about wealth? Where did you guys, was it your family? Was it TV? Teachers?
TV always reminded me I was broke.
Yeah, the media definitely
TV always reminded me I was broke.
Money or monetary items. Definitely the media.
Yeah. What was that one show with JJ? I couldn't stand watching it after a while.
Good times.
I could never catch a goddamn break.
Girl, every time something happened, but this is the thing, we didn't see the money wealth, but we did see, and we ignored it, but we saw the wealth of family. We saw the wealth of loving each other. We saw the wealth of community sticking together and things like that. So we did see that, but like I said, the media has us so focused on monetary things that a lot of us ignored it. We can't catch a break, but we're wealthy enough to have this village that takes care. They had rent parties. They showed a community, and they showed a unitedness. So yeah, we saw it, but we didn't know what we were saw. Because I mean, hell, I think I was 10. I'm not gonna tell you how old I was, but I was old enough not to know what that type of wealth was.
It's funny because you have some people who are like, they were focused on what it is that they've had. I think that I don't know. Well, coming up, I always saw maybe wealth is described by what it is that you're in lack of. You know what I'm saying? Because I always saw people who were ridiculously wealthy, but they were lonely as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like parents, like their kids didn't come visit them, and they would spend, holidays alone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I always kind of grew up thinking that was the meaning of, they got lots of things and big houses and stuff. I mean, they can impress people, but I always just looked at people like, oh man, you are lonely, so that part.
That's her. She's here.
Okay. Hold on. Well, I guess let's go ahead and bring her up to the stage.
Bring her on in.
She came in early.
You're on time. Greetings.
Oh, I'm early. You know what? I'm just gonna sit back and let you continue because I already know.
Nope.
Everyone.
Go ahead and this is our special guest. I don't want to say your name because I'm really bad at saying names, and I will cut it up. So I'm just gonna warn you. I'm gonna have you just go ahead. Say it again.
Rakia,
go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, greetings, everyone. I am Rakia, also known as Sister Rakia on Facebook, Rakia Finance on Instagram and TikTok. I am a trauma of money practitioner. I am a financial educator, credit repair specialist. Basically, any and all things that has to do with finances. I am also an author of Manifesting Moolah with Mindfulness. I'm a mother of many. I homeschool. I have a nonprofit. Yeah, that's me.
Homeschool. We got to talk about that when we talk about school. So yeah, we got somebody. Thank you. Go ahead, Rakia. Don't let me stop.
Well, shoot. I mean, if you want to,
No, no,
Rakia, you can go ahead.
I'm not there.
If you want to, you could go ahead and address the
I couldn't
question
hear
before
you.
I mic check. Hello.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Go ahead. He
Yeah.
wanted you to go ahead and address the question: what is wealth, and what are your ideas of it? Mm.
Oh, okay. Okay. So wealth, many people have many different ideas of it. Mine is basically doesn't really have anything to do with fiat currency, if you will. Doesn't necessarily has to do with money. It has to do with everything with your needs and your wants being met. And that could be with different resources. That could be with your time, energy, and effort. If it brings you into a homeostasis, if you will, balance, then that's wealth. I know a lot of people say wealth is that you have in your bank accounts or in your pockets.
Right. What you drive, your house that you live in, how
Right.
many vacations you can go on, how many
Right.
Birkin bags you got in your closet, and shoes, and
Exactly.
I like the
type
fact
of
that she said balance. The fact that she said
yes,
balance, because balance is
homeostasis.
super important. Yeah.
You went medical on me just now.
Absolutely.
That was nice. That was nice. I picked that up. I picked that up.
I
Go
think
ahead.
this is a very relevant question in terms of just the overall question: how does wealth heal? I think you really need to understand, or at least evaluate your concept of wealth to begin with. You know, where did you get your
Mm,
ideas from? That's why I was asking, like, where did that come from? Right? We're
yeah.
also in a capitalistic society, so ideology plays a large role in how we conceptualize wealth. And so, if you're impoverished
Yeah.
and you're looking at these images of grandeur, that's programming you, that's influencing you to, you know, inform you that, hey, this is what you should be achieving versus where you're at, right? And so we're
Yeah.
going to have feelings about those experiences, right? Even though, as you guys
Yes.
say, the longer that you're here, you start to realize, like, dang, I've been duped into this idea that this is what success is, this is what wealth is. I didn't even get a chance to answer it for myself. So that's why I wanted to ask this question: is if you figure it out for yourself, if you decide for yourself, this is what wealth looks like for me, now you can start setting goals, and then, you know, the habits that align with those goals,
Exactly.
right? Yeah, so I think that's like the
Not
first
chasing
thing.
somebody else's goals.
Of course.
Man.
All
So do
right,
you
so
think us? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Do you think us as a Black people, especially our age group right here, right now, has been chasing the dollar?
Oh,
Yeah.
We are
Yes.
the generation of the bag chaser, chase a
Mhm.
check, not a check. Yep. Yeah.
yeah,
Programmed to chase
definitely.
money.
I've had 3
Not
jobs
the
at one
things
time.
of actual value.
You know,
Yeah. I'm just putting it out there.
Mm.
Go ahead. What is wealth defined by a dollar amount? No.
Mm-mm.
But some people can answer that question and
my
be like, yeah. But for me, no. No.
it's going in and out. So if you ask me a question I don't answer, I'm not avoiding you. I just don't hear what you're
Okay.
saying.
Okay. If you need to go back out and come back in, please do so. Because your
I don't
presence
think-
here is very important.
Right. Yeah, I don't think it's defined by a dollar amount.
Yeah.
But if you'd have asked me that 10 years ago, I would have said it was defined by a dollar amount. That's why I was saying I've worked 3 jobs at one time before. Literally 3 jobs at one time. And that's been on several different occasions because
Yeah.
like Renee said, I was chasing the bag, chasing the dollar.
Y'all are.
And I thought that was going to get me to wealth, but it did not.
No. Because all that money that I made over the years, where is it?
Somebody got it, but it ain't me.
Where? The rent office got it. Ameren got it. The gas got it. Look, Mercedes-Benz definitely got it. Insurance got it. Food, health insurance. Everybody gets a piece of it. Taxes definitely take. That's the pimp. You get pimped by them first.
and they hit me
Oh,
hard
Oh
because I
yes,
was with no
in
kids.
every way.
Yeah. So yeah, all that money that we make, it goes, and then we're constantly upgrading our home. TVs used to be a 32-inch was
Ooh.
just good enough. Now we got 85 inches. We got to keep up. Everybody is running a race trying to keep up with the Joneses. And who are the Joneses? Where they at?
Girl, I ain't never met not one of them because I don't even think they got anything for real. I think
I
they
don't know,
broke
Brother
free.
Johnson. I don't know,
Right,
Mama Johnson.
Not right, not none. Not even met a Johnson. They got something or the
right.
Joneses.
Man,
I ain't met not one
Like,
of them. I've been looking
man,
for a Rich Jones for I don't know how long. I
it-
figured if I
we we
can't beat them, I'll join them.
oh no.
I told her if she got to
Yeah,
go
she
back
don't.
out and come back in, that's fine. We
Yeah.
value everything. We value money versus things that don't cost money.
Right.
Can I ask y'all a question? When
Go
did that
ahead.
stop? Because y'all all said the same, kind of like the roundabout the same thing. Like everybody had that paper chase, right?
Yeah,
When do you think that changed for
when
everybody?
your body said, "Look, Nick, I need for you to go sit down."
Hmm.
When my body says, "You know what? You can't do those 2, 3, 4, 16s back to back anymore."
Man,
When your body starts telling you sit down. And then it was before my mom left here, she told my sister, and I'm glad my sister told me, so I'm kind of very careful now on how much I put in. But she said if she can go back and do it all over again, she will spend more time with her children.
Mm.
Chasing a
facts.
bag, chasing
Mm.
a bag, chasing a bag.
That's ultimate facts.
Man,
I think
what
mine
happened to
changed.
relationships? Go ahead.
Right. I was gonna say I don't. I mine just changed here recently, probably within the last few years.
Mm,
I definitely
mm,
have changed where I'm just not chasing it, but I'm in a better position too where I don't have to chase it.
yeah.
'Cause after you
Ah.
put, I've been, I will tell y'all this. I've been working 34 years this year.
Mm.
That's 3 times as old as I am. So I've been working for a long time. And I'm sure everybody else could say that they've been on somebody's payroll doing something.
Wait a minute. I got
Uh,
you beat. I've been
uh-oh.
working for 30 years, but I got 30 years worth of overtime, maybe too.
Man, I remember,
Goodness.
yeah, that good
That
old
Not
days.
over
overtime,
30
baby.
years.
So it equals out to be 60 years. No,
Yeah, look, I'm only in my 40s,
right?
but I
All
got
them
60
numbers.
years worth of experience.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
because of
them
the
numbers and stuff like
overtime.
that. Yeah,
And then think about everything getting higher now. Everything's going up. Gas is going up. Groceries is going up. Rent is going up. Mortgages is
Mm.
going up. Companies are coming
life.
in and buying up all these properties.
Yeah,
This
life is
system
going
is,
up.
yeah, the system itself that we are paying into is making it harder for us to live every day.
Mm.
And homelessness is against the law because, man, I could give me a cup at this point.
Mm.
I think that's being against the law. Vagrancy
Mm.
is being against the law, but they just now being active because well, we're gonna get off the subject with that, but they building those super prisons, so they gotta fill them up with somebody. Why would we build such
Ooh.
a big building to hold a bunch of people that we don't have? We can collect them
Mm.
all day long.
All right,
Mm.
so going back to the question, right? It seems that we're kind of all on the same wavelength when it comes to this question. Health is not defined by a dollar amount, even though we have that as one of our misconceptions when it comes to wealth, right? But there are other aspects of wealth, and I think this is very important because it demystifies what wealth truly is. And it makes it more attainable and realistic for us because when you look at it, you're just looking at the effects, right? So
Mhm.
there's a plethora of effects that are involved when it comes to wealth. So we kind of listed some of them. We talked about financial assets as being a indicator of wealth. So this includes money in bank accounts or investment accounts, real estate, other tangible assets, right? So that's
Crypto.
like the normal one,
Stocks.
right? But then there's
Mhm.
human capital. I think that was Ivy that said something earlier about that. You know, it's your knowledge base, your skills, your talents, your education, your experience, your expertise. It's the things that enhance your qualities as a human and that you put out into the world. You know, it's the things that kind of help make the world go around, you know, right? Social capital. We were just watching ATL on Sunday, and there was a part, it was actually two parts. They said it twice. It was I think it was like the school counselor. He was like, sometimes it's not about what you know, but who you know. He was saying that to the preppy kid, right? So social capital, it's who is in your network. I might not know what's up, but I know who knows what's up. You know? So having that social network and having those relationships, those social connections, like, yo, real talk, I've had some friends in my corner, and these are my strong friends that have been going through it. And having somebody in your corner, and this is removed of money, having someone in your corner that can lift you up and you don't have to pay for that. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the best thing that you could ever have.
Yeah.
And money could never, no amount of money could ever compare to that.
Yep.
Just real love, right? So that enhances our quality of life, right? Health and well-being. You could have all these physical, you got 6 jets, 3 Maseratis, you got this mansion over here at the Hamptons, so on and so forth, right? You got the network, but you're sick, or you're disabled. You can't travel. You can't even enjoy it. You can't even really enjoy it. Right? Or you're spending a good chunk of your resources to make up for that disease, right? So that health and well-being, man, that could be expensive. Just having that, that's something you have. That's not who you are. Your sickness is not who you are, but having it can be a liability, right? Right. So it's quality of life. That's another indicator of wealth, right? We're talking about having goals and enjoyment, fulfillment. We're talking about engaging in hobbies and meaningful activities. And then there's purpose and fulfillment. You have some people that could inherit their wealth, have the social circle, but not have any aim or purpose in life. They just here. They just enjoying the ride, right? But they don't know who they truly are. They don't know where they're going. They don't know what kind of impact they're going to leave behind. Legacy is just kind of like, okay, what is that, right? So being wealthy also alludes to the fact that you have purpose and fulfillment in your life. And then, there's time and freedom. I think, who was that said that earlier? I think that was AP. Time freedom. Or was that Renee? One of you said it earlier, time freedom. You can have all that money, you married, you work too much. But babe, I mean, I just bought you a new car. Like I just got you a new bag. Yeah, but you're never here. Ah, dang, it's never enough. It's never enough. I need your time. You can't pay for this. Like, I need you.
That goes back to balance.
Balance.
That's the reason why I asked you guys that question. Like, when for you, when did it change? You know, when did you stop chasing that bag? Because I know for me, before I got sick, like I had 3 jobs. I was working corporate, I was in the reserves, and I had my own side hustle business doing media operations. And I had 2 kids, and I had that last kid, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, 3 kids, 3 jobs, we good. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I can do all of it. Until my body was like,
your body gonna be your first telltale sign.
And for me,
your body and your mental health,
man,
that part, which I was like, I gotta reevaluate all of this
because you're spending so much time at work to pay for the comfortable life that you have, man. But a lot of stuff that we buy, we really don't need.
If you think about all of the subscriptions that you have, Netflix, Hulu, Prime, all of those $11.99, $9.99. But then we wonder why they hit us so hard. Yeah, but we wonder why they hit us so hard, jacking up those prices, because we really don't need all that. And the first thing they saying is, if you get rid of some of those $9.99s that you pay every month for stuff that you don't watch all the time. Like I don't hardly watch TV at all. But if you get rid of some of those $9.99s, then you'll be able to afford your eggs. that we're gonna jack up. So they
Milk.
trust me, people they are watching how we
Gas.
spend our money, and we are very
Mhm.
frivolous with the way we spend our money.
So lifestyle seems to allude to wealth as well. Lifestyle,
Yes.
your lifestyle choices.
Every young girl wants a rich man as a
What?
husband.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So she was saying the $9.99, get rid of that. So I post probably once a month, and I tell this to my classes and my clients. Every month, do an audit on your bank account statements, and your credit cards, because those charges are your money leaks. Those anything, all the subscriptions that you don't need, and they're banking on you not remembering. You may have like
Right.
a 7-day free
Yeah.
trial, 14-day free trial, and you're like, oh, it's just $5.99. Oh, it's just $9. I'll get it next month. I'll get it. That adds up.
If you do a yearly cost of how much it adds up, because that's what I start. Y'all know that they don't get me on them 7 days, because I be on it.
You cancel
I'm
as
telling
soon
you.
as you
I be on it like I need it for
as
this
soon
moment.
as you
And write it down,
So-
sit it right on my desk. Don't forget you got it. And may cancel the next day if I don't need it for anything the next day. I'm talking about I don't want to give my money away. I have done that too much. So I don't want to just keep. They already rich and they're not giving me nothing. So why are we keep giving? And they'll get you quick. Pay $1 now, pay $40 next month.
Yep. That's how they get you.
So before we address this question, hey, King, are you live? Mic check.
Mic check. Can you hear me? Test.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Peace. This King Newborn. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Newborn Everything. And as always, I am that I am. Peace.
Okay.
Rakia, what are some misconceptions of wealth?
A couple of them. You have to have a huge house. You have to have the latest name brand clothing. You have to have a big bank account. Another misconception of wealth is, you have to have you have to have anything expensive. That will lead you to wealth. That's definitely misconception. A lot of people will try to chase wealth just so they can look good in front of their neighbors. What they say, trying to please the Joneses.
Yep.
While the Joneses are broke themselves, like
impress people that you don't even know.
Impress people that you don't even know.
Yeah, I think
you know what,
Muhammad says it best.
And a lot
people
of people
you don't know. Go ahead. I was saying I think that Nuri Muhammad says it the best. He said you spend money with people that you don't like to, or you try to impress people that you don't know, and spend money with people you don't like. Might have misquoted it,
right?
But we definitely do that. We spend money with people that we don't like to impress people that we don't know.
It's not wealth. It's narcissism. It's not wealth.
No.
There you go.
Ooh.
Let's keep it a buck.
Dang. Broadcast.
Does that really make you relevant though?
People
King,
think
you got
that
any?
getting expensive cars, that they'll envy them. People don't even look at the driver; they just look at the car.
Right.
Like you're obsolete.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, that's a punch. That's a punch. King.
It's ego.
Misconceptions of wealth, King. What you got?
Job status. Career status.
Okay. What you got, God level?
I'm still in shock from the last two.
All right. AP, shoot your shot. What you got? Misconceptions of wealth.
Yeah, exactly. Monetary items.
Ooh.
That does not make you wealthy,
Mm.
regardless
Okay,
of
I'm ready.
what you make. I don't know. We definitely have things all the way mixed up and
Yeah.
messed up. But yeah, no matter what you have, it'll never be enough.
Mm.
Mm.
If
So
you
you'll
ain't
How
got
never
it,
be
about how
you
wealthy
ain't
about
when it
shit.
comes. Yeah, you'll
how
never
about
be wealthy
saying
when it comes to monetary items.
Yeah.
how about saying all the attachments to the game that you can't take with you?
Okay.
Because everything go back in the box. Everything you acquire in life go back in the box.
Oh, including your
Yeah,
body.
including you.
Yeah,
Including
including
you.
you.
Yeah.
Mm.
You don't keep nothing.
Mm. Mm.
Boy. Yeah. Everything goes back in a box. All my shit is gonna be boxed up when I'm gone.
And we
Mhm.
all return to the earth. Everything returns to the earth. That thing that you
Man.
Everything. Yeah, everything
Gotta give
except
it
for those
back.
memories.
It's all
They say
Except
this
for
borrowed,
those
just
right?
borrowed.
memories.
Yeah, it's borrowed time.
Borrowed.
Your life is
Mm.
Yeah.
borrowed. The time is
Everything.
borrowed. The body is borrowed. Everything
Hmm.
borrowed. Everything
Ooh.
stay here. You move on.
So we
Yep.
all indebted.
We are
Right.
from birth.
From we indebted to the material realm. We're indebted.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
everything except for time. I mean, not time, but yeah, except for the time that you spend in the memories, they can't box those up, and that's why we need to focus more on trying to do that. The love they can't box up the emotions or the feelings that people have for you.
Mm.
So we
Right.
gotta
But you don't
start
even
focus on.
you don't even
Go
take
ahead.
them with you.
Yeah,
Mm.
but you're able to leave those behind, and they'll
Once
never get
again, just like
lost.
everything else, it stay in the box. Everything stay in the box. You take when I say you take nothing, you take nothing with you.
True.
You take no memories with you. Remember the last time you close your eyes and all of a sudden you just started a whole movie of your life. That only happens prior to quote unquote you dying or my life flash before my eyes.
Yeah,
You
light
don't
flashing
you
for your eyes. Right.
yeah, you don't take nothing with you. You out of here. You check out. That was here go my ticket. This my stop. You done.
punch.
You're done.
Facts.
Okay.
uh, Ivy, misconceptions of wealth.
Bro,
Got any?
it's man. Bro, I mean, it's like for anybody, like everybody's been saying, you can't take any of this stuff with you, right? So you're gonna sit there and spend I don't know how much money on a new pair of Jordans, and I'm not
Mm-hmm.
knocking Jordan, right? Okay, I'm definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go higher. You're gonna go and spend I don't know $3,000, $4,000 on a new purse, right? But the thing is how is that purse building a connection? Because the only thing that you can take with you, honestly, just like AP said, the only thing that you can really give and you can't get back is that time. The only thing that you can take with you is the love that you're feeling when you're in a bed, getting ready to go to the box, getting ready to get recommitted to the earth. So, what are we really doing here? What are we really doing? What is it that we're trying to acquire? How much is that? How even King Newborn just said, everything that we acquire is borrowed. So, in my opinion, if it's borrowed, then lend it.
Right.
Give it in order to
Mm.
gain it, you need to give it away. That's when you're truly wealthy. Because the people who I know who are really like financially wealthy, they acquire it, but then they give it away. The people who are emotionally intelligent, they acquire it, and then of that emotion, they give it away. They help other people feel love. So your wealth is
Girl, go ahead.
I'm just saying, I think it's tied into how much, if you acquire it, how much are you willing to give it away? Because if you just keep it and you're being a miser, I mean, then what are you
Right.
here for?
Right.
You know, it just, I'm sorry. People
We do
who
have
think,
Sharing
winners.
resources. Sharing resources.
You don't have to
sharing your wealth.
apologize. You right. You right on target.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I
I like the way
forget
you
what
put
that's
that.
called. Yeah. Being able
Charity.
to give and receive. Yeah. The flow. That's the flow.
Right.
Being
And the
able
more
to
that you
give
give,
and
the more that
receive.
you
Yeah.
receive.
Mm.
I
Lion
think
King,
it
it's
Yeah.
goes
just
They're
back
not
to
okay.
copying the
the
flow.
I think it goes back to the concept of when your cup overflows. When you get to the point you're like, man, I done did it all. Now it's time for me to see others around me. Because it's never, like I say, it's lonely at the top. But if you do it as a
Mm.
community, you can share it. You can share the experience. You can share the love,
Mm-hmm.
share the wealth. You can share the
Mm.
health. You can share it. Like that's what it's about. It's about the experience of experience. You happy, I'm happy, they over there happy, the community is happy.
We. Yeah.
Ain't nobody happy when I look over there, you living good, I'm doing dirt poor. Somebody over here just lost a job. That's not
Competition.
success. Yeah. Yeah, you a threat now.
Right.
All right, let me
That's
pinch
part of
this
the
up and then
mindset, too.
And a target.
She got
yeah. So let me go ahead and pinch off this question, and then we're gonna move on to the next one. And Rakia will lead off with that one. So I think I have like 3. One is that wealth is always inherited. I think that's a misconception.
It is.
In a lot of cases, many individuals are going to accumulate wealth through their own efforts. A lot of the times it's through the pathway of entrepreneurship. That's why we have more millionaires and billionaires in this zeitgeist than we do ever before, right? And then it's investments and saving habits. I think also the misconception is that it's easy to maintain. At my level, just with what I got, okay? And I'm just thinking about the law of correspondence here. If this is me managing this right here, you gonna need a lot of hands and a lot of heads to manage all of it in a state, right? So I think that's one other misconception. I think that wealth is static. That's another misconception. That belief that once you made it, you stay there. Nothing changes. When wealth is more dynamic, right? So you're always up against the challenges of economic downfalls, fluctuations in the economy, even your investment performance, right? Because a lot of us have been learning through financial literacy that working hours to get money does not lead to wealth. It's making the money work for you, right? So we're talking about, all right, hey, I got my dollars working for me, right? So even that, you have to have faith that your performance is going to lead to those yields, So I think, what was that, 3 for me? I think that's 3. So yeah, those are my 3 misconceptions right there. Next question. All right, now we're going to kind of get deep. So we already set the soil, right? So have you considered the impact of ancestral and historical traumas on your financial behavior?
definitely.
Woo! Our parents didn't have it, and we don't have it either.
So let's talk about that. Ancestral and historical traumas. What is trauma? Do we ever define what trauma is?
Oh, we haven't yet. No, we haven't gotten to that yet.
No, we haven't. Go right ahead.
So when we're talking about financial and resource trauma, that's when you are experiencing long-term hardship. But it's not just that, it's how you relate to that. Your whole body, your mind, body, and soul has lost, let's say, its health when it's relating to finances, right? It's become unhealthy. Maybe it's in destitute. What can lead to financial trauma is long-term unemployment. It could be passed down through generations, living off the state. It could be somebody got robbed, right? It could be you had a lot of money and for some reason it was taken away. I think some men go through this and they don't know when it goes to child support. That will bring up some financial trauma as well.
Trauma. I could see that.
Yeah. Divorces.
Man.
You're only left with a dollar or $100 to live off of.
Right.
Wow. Wow. So you could financially traumatize somebody without it being like a direct act. Wow, it could be indirect.
Right.
You can financially.
And that might be the goal. That could be the goal for some people.
Right. That absolutely.
To financially traumatize. As you're saying this, I can see how that could be financial abuse towards others, because I've
legally steal from someone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because these women is using these. What was Tyree's kids' ex-wife wanted 20,000 a month or something.
It was a ridiculous amount of money for
She
a
wanted
child.
$20,000 a month in child support. What 3-4-year-old child is spending $20,000 a month?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so I love watching the show Hoarders. You had even brought that up, right, AP? The reason why I watch that is for a lot of because there's this little therapist that lives in my head. It's one of the hamsters, right? One of the hamsters. He think he a therapist, and the reasons why people start hoarding, right, of all types, situations, ages, culturals, whatever, it's like because they feel like they have like instability, like they've had like emotional and financial instability, right? Because some people feel like it closes them, like having all the stuff keeps them shielded from people because they view people as being unsafe. So some of those things, like definitely, I think they impact and they they bleed over into financial behavior because you got people who have houses full, completely wrecked their entire investment on this house because of the fact that they want to try to shield themselves up against something. So traumas have a big part to do in that. Plus, I mean, let's think about our people. We're only one generation removed from survival, and we're still sort of in that survival mindset.
No, we're
Yeah,
still in survival. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
We're still there.
Well, let me
One
ask
says-
y'all then.
We're still there.
Let me ask. Let's kind of add a little twist then. Okay, so do you guys believe or think that the wealthy class could also be hoarders?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah, money.
Absolutely.
too many
They're hoarding money.
cars,
Yes.
ridiculous cars,
They're
a
hoarding
ridiculous amount
money.
of
Yeah.
there's always
Let me throw out a term for you guys. It's money. Oh my gosh, money dysphoria. Money good.
Dysphoria.
God.
Is it dysphoria?
Oh, wow.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can see.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's a
like
real-
Somebody who has a lot of money, but feel that they're poor. They can have so much money, but they
Yeah.
still feel that they're poor, so they don't want to spend it, and we'll call
The
that
opposite.
hoarding.
Oh.
Or the opposite. People who
Yes.
are really poor who think that they're rich and they're just like, I'm just gonna spend this money.
I got that.
Yeah, I think we all. It was a term. We was considered by the Jews liquid gold at one point. I don't know if they still apply
Yes.
it to us. Yeah, liquid gold. We enrich every other culture inside of our neighborhood except our own.
We do.
Oh, definitely.
We enrich
Yeah.
America,
And have been doing
period,
that.
with our
Yeah, and have been doing
existence.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, forever since they
Yeah.
established the
Yeah.
13
Here's
colonies.
No.
here's a little bit of food for thought. I know everything we saying, we keep saying money, 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 money. You know that's a broke mentality. When you understand, if you create a system, you control the system. You ain't worried about money. You control everything. All I gotta do is allow you to bring it to me. I ain't worried about nothing. And if I set up my family off a system, not money, off a system, we ain't gotta worry about nothing for lifetimes.
It's the
Like
reason
John
why
say, complete resources, complete tools. We got the tools and the resources to keep you constantly playing the game. We just sit back. Hey, whatever they doing, that's fine. What we need, just go over there and get it.
do you go.
Literally, just go get it. You ain't paying nothing. Have you ever? Has anybody ever heard of somebody going somewhere? They signature alone, just their signature.
Mm-hmm.
Was all
Get
that
them
was needed.
anything. But I'm talking about it gets them anything in that state, that city, just a signature.
Mm,
Yes.
Can you imagine a life like that?
mm. Oh wow.
We do equate money to wealth, and that's the way that we've been taught. It's been ingrained in us that money will lead to wealth. And again, money pardon me, not money, but resources. You can have everything that you can possibly need, and that's your wealth. It has
Ooh.
almost nothing to do with money, but in a different, on the flip side, it does, because you don't want to be in destitute, right? Being in America, you need money to survive. You need to pay your bills. You need to eat. But we can think outside the box, right? We can grow our own food. You can get solar panels. You can barter with people, and people do that. It's unconventional.
Right.
It's unorthodox, but it works. It has to do with your network, as I heard John say. It has to do with the time that you have. It has to do with the energy that you have to put towards what you want. Another thing I wanted to bring up was with trauma. It can stem from past experiences such as financial instability. It can from poverty, or from even witnessing other people's, your caregivers' financial struggles. And that passes down to us. How our parents and caregivers spoke about money to us shapes our relationship with money or resources. I'm gonna say resources. My grandfather passed away a couple of years ago. He owned property in LA. He wasn't necessarily cash rich, but he was resource wealthy. He had apartment buildings. He had raw land in Baldwin Hills, but when it comes to his pocket, he may have had a couple of dollars here and there, but his resources were great. His circle, the people that he knew who can help contribute, was really good. So we kind of have to reprogram how we see wealth.
Very much.
Yeah.
Very much.
I like that point. I want to add to the queen wisdom. At some point, all of us has experienced maybe one elder or somebody within our community, like she said, could just make a phone call and it was done. It was taken care of. Or you go somewhere and you see them, you're like, man, I don't never see them spend any money. They're able to get a lot of stuff done on the strength of who they are, just who they are and what they represent, from their characteristics, their moral compass. Like money, their money is never any good. Never any good. But because of their currency, the flow of them being who they are, they can get doors open all day long.
We are the sources, and then we can say that we are the resources as well.
I just want to point that out. I'm going to add to the king's wisdom, right? It's the reason why, like, when it comes to finances or actual money, I think that you go outside of that, and that is what makes you rich. If you have a person in your life who might not necessarily like buy the biggest couch or whatever, but knows how to make that couch, or who can take a $10 table and flip it into a $250 table, or you get somebody who knows how to or they know how to grow vegetables, how to live off the land, they know how to hunt, they know how to do different things, they know how to change oil, they know how to do routine maintenance. That's rich. That's wealth. Because when the money system breaks down, baby, when the U.S. money systems break down and we have to go back to the way that it was in Africa, where everybody was paying for stuff with either goats, produce, or cowrie shells, who do you think is going to be the richest person in the land? Let's keep that a buck.
That's what I'm saying about bartering, getting back to the basics of bartering, even Susu economics, pulling your money in and helping each other out. I like to say, we are like the trees in nature. Our wealth is not necessarily for us, like the oranges and apples that grow on the tree. It's for other people. Our talents and our skills are not necessarily for us, right? It's for other people, and this is how we continue the the currency, how we
Mhm.
continue to flow, because we know that money is
Yeah.
currency, right? Money is energy.
Mhm.
And what it's the
Yeah.
people's faith behind the fiat currency, which is a debt note, that keeps it circulating. It
Mhm.
has no value. It has no value. It's not backed by gold or any kind of commodities
Nothing.
anymore. But we
Nothing.
put the promise behind it that it's going to pay a bill.
Oh,
Mm,
Where the true
Yeah.
wealth, it could be in our backyard, growing
right.
those apple trees, growing that, those
Without all those chemicals
tomatoes
attached
and
to it. Yeah.
right, the skills
being
that we have with our
producers.
hands.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Even what's in
Research all of
season.
that.
Yeah,
All of
naturally.
that.
Abundance of knowledge, abundance of skill,
Right.
and
Back
the
to the
ability to
And
give it back
applying
or
that.
give it away.
Yeah.
Right. And applying
yeah.
that.
I think we have to go back to the original man and woman. Just be creative.
Mm.
We don't create nothing no more. We buy into things that's external. We don't even look internal no more.
It's so many distractions from us going internal and why.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then they keep us fighting with one another with these gender
We keep
wars.
ourselves fighting.
Come on,
I'm
man.
sorry.
Come on.
God
Yeah.
level.
Yeah,
sis,
you right. No,
I wanna, because I'm big on that one right there.
I know
We continue
you
to
are.
fight each other. We continue to fight each other, and we don't ever take the time out. If I truly love me, I love everybody on this panel. I ain't
Right.
gotta know you.
Yep.
I don't have to know you. If that's what I lead with, because love is the action. If that's what I
That's right.
lead with all the time, then you know how much I care about myself. And if you know how much I care
Ooh.
about myself, you in turn feel like I got to protect that and then also emulate it as well. Man, everything starts at home. We got to get back to the
Mm.
roots and stuff. To the
Yeah.
Definitely.
foundation.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, so let's
And
keep it
stop
rolling,
that
right?
us against them mentality. It's always
Mhm.
a us
Competition.
against them.
Yep,
Yeah.
competition. So this question is very important because again, this is about reevaluating your relationship with money. So does money influence your identity?
Oh, my identity, or that's not a general question?
It's
Okay,
both.
does money influence?
It's
It's a question for you to reflect because again, Rakia teaches this course, right? So this is also
Mhm.
about evaluating your because you all right, you say you want to be wealthy, right? Hey, I want to be wealthy someday. All right, what does it look like? But who are you gonna be while you're
When
wealthy?
you become, yeah.
Oh, so you know
Mm.
what?
Oh,
I love that
man.
question.
I just
What I
answered
like
this
to go,
today.
I
Go
like
ahead.
to say what the process of being wealthy, what will that make you be?
Woo, okay.
You're on a journey to wealth, but it's not the wealth that is the end result. It's who
Yeah.
you will be getting there.
right.
Yeah.
Ooh, that part.
That's
Ooh.
what hey Skywalker, what we always say, you gotta do the work. You can't skip
Ooh-wee.
no stages, no steps. You can't skip the process, you gotta do the work.
You have
Because
to.
Mhm.
during all of that, it shows your true character of who you are. Are you willing to get it done? Consistency, your dedication, sacrifice. How far are
Discipline.
you willing to go?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Discipline. I was just gonna say that. How far are
Yes.
you willing to go to complete the job, the task, the goal? Because like
And
they
that
say,
takes responsibility and accountability, which a lot of
Mhm.
us in this day and
I love that
time
word.
run away from.
Right.
We like the instant gratification. We
Mhm.
want things right here, right now. We don't want to take responsibility for the things that we are creating or co-creating. And
Love
that
that word,
is
accountability.
our part of our identity as well. So they
Mm.
say that money brings out the person who you truly are.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh. Mm.
So if you had evil intentions on your journey, then guess what will be magnified, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
If
I can
you're a
see that.
kind-hearted person, guess what will be magnified at the end of that? You're going to be a giver, and you're going to continue to generate more and more wealth for yourself and for others.
Yep.
Your
Yep.
real ego will come out.
Right. It sure
Man,
will. Money
it
will
come out?
definitely
Oh
make
man, you talking about
make a different person out of you.
You talking about the
And
sun,
depending on how you
magnifying
acquired it,
glasses
though,
on the back of an ant.
What
I
did
think
she
it
say?
depends on how you acquire the wealth. If you
Yeah.
didn't work for it, I think that ego really, like you said, becomes magnified and becomes greater.
Sense
I
of
think
entitlement.
Yeah,
yeah,
But you know, like
I think the
like
harder
the
that you
queen
work
was
for
saying
it, the
though,
more that you appreciate it.
I've seen. Let's talk
facts.
about lottery
No, I was
winners
just
that go broke.
my bad.
Even if
I was
you go ahead. My bad. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah.
no,
just
no,
lottery
my
winners
bad, my
that go
bad.
broke. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, truly, whoever you are prior to, even during your traumas, even during the fact of passed down, uh, I might as well say, survival.
Yeah,
When you get that money,
yeah,
that will be exposed. Cause
yeah. That's
you didn't,
survival.
yeah, you was taught, you weren't taught anything.
Yeah,
So who you truly are as a person, that's gonna come to the forefront. And some of us
yeah,
ain't gonna like what we see because we all
Mm.
harbor some type of secret to ourselves about ourselves that we don't
yeah,
even want to deal with. Which go back to like the Queen said, accountability.
yeah.
Like at what point do we hold ourselves accountable? Like we were saying last week, to our own bullshit, our own secrets.
Yeah. But what people fail to realize, you cannot pay those traumas off. You cannot
Man,
Mm,
pay that ego off. You
mm,
cannot pay that irresponsibility off.
You
You
can't
Come
the
on,
press
only
sis.
way
your
you can
knife.
pay, you cannot
Yeah.
pay for none of those things. You can't pay with money. You can't pay that
Mm.
off.
Right.
You have to settle your debt the way you caused that debt.
Come on,
So
man.
as much
Mm.
money as you get, it doesn't make a difference. If you are a hateful person, you cannot pay and say, okay, I'm not gonna be hateful anymore. Let's just wipe that out. There ain't no debt cancellation when it comes to money that's backed by nothing. It's not even backed by gold. So how is it backed by, any moral compass or anything? You can't pay that off. And
you know
people
what's I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
No, I just want to add to what you're saying, Miss AP. I'm add some more wisdom to that. Like you said, it's not backed by nothing. Technically, it's not backed by nothing. But like the guest we have, the Queen. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Rakia.
Rookie.
Rakia. Um, um, it's backed by everybody's perspective of what they value in this world. That's what it's
Hmm.
backed by. Because you can, they got these things. They got fake diamonds now that are grown in the lab, made in a lab. Let me say that.
Hmm.
But depends on the mindset of who you are. You would say that that's just equivalent to a diamond because of the
Yep.
results that it yields that you are looking for when it comes to validation. So
Right.
it's backed by the mindset. It's not backed by,
Hmm.
what I'm saying, another form of quote unquote external currency. It's all through the mind. So just like they say, we can at any given point, we can cease the dollar to where it doesn't mean anything.
Mm.
But since we bought into the system, we keep it
Yep.
going
We keep it going.
because we bought
And
into the system.
And we comfortable with it.
Mhm.
Very, very, because it's easy access. When you have it, you know what it instantly yields you. You know when you don't have it, you know what it instantly yields you, which is nothing.
Let
But
me
the
speak to
fear,
that too.
Go ahead.
go ahead.
People, we are more emotionally attached to the fiat currency, to the paper dollar, than we are to the credit cards. So that's why a lot of stores are getting away from
Big
no
facts.
cash. They're starting to come back with
Big
cash
facts.
only here and there, but they want you to swipe because you usually swipe mindlessly. You're not checking your
Yep.
bank accounts, so just swipe,
Yep.
swipe, swipe.
Shit.
But if
Hmm.
you have a $20, $50, $100 bill, you don't think about breaking. You don't think about breaking that
And
bill,
hold
right?
on to it tight. Yeah, you hold on
Yes.
to it
Yeah.
so tight, and
Yeah.
I got some cash in my pocket right now, and boy, I broke that 20. You would think, yeah, because I'm like, once you break one, it's gone. As soon as you
Yeah.
break it, it's gone. So I try to be
Yeah.
mindful, like,
Same here.
don't go spend that, because as soon you can break it for $1, and all 19 of those other dollars are going to be gone so quickly. So
Right.
you are very mindful when you have cash.
I had
And
a
let's remember
sweater.
that word.
I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's remember that word throughout, and let's finish up this question so we can go to the next one. I want to throw something out there as it relates to this question, though, and this is a big one. All right, our self-worth. Who
Come on.
people tie what they have in their bank account,
With their
what they
self-worth.
earn from their employer, what they earn from their business to their self-worth. And so when you do that, this is an attachment, okay? This is an attachment. When you attach yourself to such a fluctuating condition, can you really be secure in yourself?
No.
Oh wow.
If
Hell
you
no.
don't, man, bro. Seriously. Seriously.
What
Because
they say, if you teach a man how to fish, he will
Yeah.
never go home.
Right.
He will never go home.
I had
Knowledge is
I had
power, man.
I had a soldier who would never ever like swipe his card like to pay for things. Like if he didn't have the money for whatever it is that he wanted, he just wasn't going to get it. And he always took cash out, and that kept him accountable of exactly how much, you know what I'm saying? Like, because what you had just said, you know, like he was like, I can't attach myself to this mindless swiping. So I have to take out money in order to pay for stuff because that's going to make me more accountable. You know, that identity thing. Good Lord, come on, man. Bars.
Oh, last
I have
thing,
gotten to the point I just get mine. I get it out first. I don't care what bill I done paid. And a friend of mine, she's older, but she lived by the old school rules of pay yourself first. And and she told me that about 15 years ago, and I didn't understand it, you know, up until about 5 or 6 years ago. She's like, I don't care if it's $10. Pay yourself first. Your bills are always going to be there. Pay yourself first. Put that money. So I've gotten to the habit that I just put it to that money goes there. It's like it's not even there. I don't see it. I don't think about it. At first, I used to check it out. Well, I got my little Bitcoins now to
Right.
Renee tell y'all worry her to death. That girl, we got some money going.
Yes,
but
we
for the most
do.
part, what I save, I just have it taken out. Because if you think about the stuff that you buy, you could go to the gas station and spend $100.
And that
Now
quick.
think about how ridiculous it is. I get
Oh,
$40 worth of gas. I get $20 worth of lottery ticket. Think about the frivolous spending that we do. So I broke it down in my mind like that. If I can go to the gas station and spend $100 on nothing, few candy bars, if you drink or smoke or whatever, especially when I drink and smoke cigarettes, after I get that gas, that $100 is gone because I gotta buy cigarettes, I gotta buy something to drink, I buy some lottery tickets. That's $100 that I just spent every pay period. So we talking about $200 a month.
Right.
And my light bill runs $200 a month. So I just take that. I got to the point that
Yeah.
I'm just taking that out because you save it or fuck it off. I'm gonna save it.
There's two things I want to speak to on that. When people are living in like a food desert and they have to go to the corner store to buy the expensive junk food or whatever, I guess no, junk food is cheaper than the organic food, right? The junk food is less expensive than going and getting the bananas or the apples because they make it really, really hard for us. The second thing I wanted to speak to was I teach a money method. It's called the 70-10-10-10 money rule. My daughter is repeating after me because she knows it by heart. She's only 9 years old.
Hey, boo.
Love that. Love that.
She's gonna tell us. Okay.
Tell us what the 70-10-10 rule is, baby.
Spending.
10% goes towards investing, and another 10%.
Can you guys hear her?
No,
A little bit.
I heard.
Okay, so
100% investing.
70%. Yes,
Wait, no, I'm trying to say.
but we're on time. 70% goes towards your spending. That's day-to-day living activities, your food, clothing, and shelter and transportation. 10% goes to your tithes if you are religious. Or we can say that's fun money. That's when you pay yourself. 10% goes to short-term savings. So we'll say that savings, and then 10% goes to investing. I don't care if you make $1, $100, $1,000. 70, 10, 10, 10 will help you get control of your money. There's a caveat to that. That 10% that you put into your investing should feed your other accounts eventually. That return on investment on on that account should feed your other accounts. It should afford you the lifestyle that you want. But you have to do your due diligence in your investing. So that 70%, 10%, 10%, 10%, spending, saving, tights, and investing.
I got a question on that. So the saving so I know it's two types of savings. So
yes,
I have my retirement savings that I automatically put up whatever that percentage is that they take out of that. Is that counted towards your savings, or should you use that as a separate savings and then do the 10% outside of that?
Nope, that's a part of that. So there, I say savings, some people look at it as putting money aside in the bank account or putting it under your mattress, right? That's collecting dust. I would prefer you to have a high yield savings account where you're getting something on that money that you're basically letting the banks borrow, because that's what they're doing. If you're keeping your money in the banks, they're borrowing it. That's for short term. Short term would be for, let's say you have a maintenance issue with your car, something that has to do with your house, right? Long-term investings, that can be your Roth IRA. That could be what you said about your retirement, because that's long-term.
So you split the short-term and the long-term up, like 5 and 5 or whatever, or
you can, but I say that the investings is you can do it any way you want to. So let's go over it again. So the 70, spending, savings, investings, and tights. The investing, I would say that is your right now money. If you are day trader, right? But the savings will be more of your long term. So let me get that correct. So savings will be more of your long term, for your long term goals, and your investing would be more of your short term goals. But both of them should have a return on investments. Your money should not just be sitting around collecting dust. And I'm going to put this out here too, because I don't know if people know this. A lot of people don't. If you have money in your accounts and something happens, somebody steals your money, steals your identity, something happens with the bank. If you are in a conventional bank, or you are in a what is it called?
Credit union.
Credit union. Thank you. Make sure that it's FDIC insured up to $250,000. You'll get your money back.
Yes, sir. Shout out
so
to
I want to
Lady
throw
Federal.
out there about the investing part, and this is just a tip and I am not a professional, okay? I do trade crypto. I'm on it all day long watching. So, but there is a crypto called Cosmos. And if you stake your money that you put into it, not only do you get the return of the crypto growing, you also get 9.22% APY. So that is another way. And it's about 4 of them on the platform that I trade on that does have a percentage that you get every year if you keep the money in there. So it will grow. But like I said, not only will you get the increase as the crypto grows, but you also get a percentage on that at the end of the year.
So that's let's say that's compounding interest in a sense. And if y'all don't know what compounding interest is, if you're listening to this, please look it up. Compounding interest, it will be your best friend.
I like her.
Cosmos.
COSMOS. and everything I put in it, I state. And there's an
All right.
option on there that you can do that. Go ahead.
So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna start addressing some of these questions that Rakia had posted in the group. Rakia, you can just give us the rationale and give the audience something to consider in terms of why you propose these questions to the audience. So let's start off with this first one right here. How much do you value the connection between spiritual well-being and financial health? Why did you put that question out there, Rakia?
Because it's overlooked most of the time. It's overlooked. Spiritual being, which is a feeling of sense of purpose and peace, and it aligns with your values, and it can influence financial and your finances in several ways, which includes your mindful spending, your resilience, your spiritual well-being. Let's just say it like this, because if you're in debt, right? If you're always in debt, you're going to feel that in your spirit. You're going to feel that in your psyche. You're going to be depressed. You're going to be aggravated. You're going to be irritated by just about anything. You're probably going to be dealing with insomnia. You're going to be at work thinking about these bills.
Yeah.
Your connection with your spirit being and your physical is going to be out of alignment.
Yeah.
That's why that came, because it's usually overlooked.
Okay.
And all that negativity in your spirit is definitely going to show on the outside what's going on the
and
inside.
it will show up,
the
manifest
outside.
on your physical body. Right.
Yep.
Yes.
Ooh. This is the reason why people go into mental health states when they are millionaires and then lose all their money.
Right. Right. Or go into debt, or thousandaires, because we see people every day that are constantly in this angry state and upset state and just not a good place. And it could be finances. Definitely could be finances. I've been there. I know.
Right.
But I'm ready to cut somebody out just because I ain't got it and don't know how I'm going to get it.
It sounds like you're
Don't be
operating in Lord's chakra and law of attraction. When you combine the both of them, you attract what you are.
Yeah. And so my answer on that, because you asked that question, and my answer, I was the one to answer that question that said, once I got my spiritual, I went up a tax bracket. I'm talking about, I was in amazement, but I started to learn, like King said, you attract what you put out there.
Yes.
Right. So definitely, yeah. It was.
I think that's a hard accountability for anybody to understand. Your life experiences the total sum of how you see yourself and who you truly are to yourself. That could be kind of scary if you break it down and really look at it. Look at everything that you deal with in life, and everything that you go through is a total sum and reflection of who you already are.
Rakia, you also posted this question into the group. How often do you reflect on your mindset towards abundance and scarcity? Why did you pose that question? What is the intention of this question right here?
Because people usually just go about their day floating. They just live day by day and not think about their abundance or scarcity. Even though they don't think about it, they live it. So if they're in a scarcity mindset, they're always in lack. They don't have enough money. They don't have enough time. I don't have enough relationships. I don't have enough. I don't have enough. I don't have enough. It all has to do with the mindset. Abundance mindset is I have more than enough. I have more than enough money to take care of my basic needs. I have more than enough food in my kitchen, even though I don't want to cook it, but I have more than enough food to fill me up. I have more than enough to survive. But the mindset of scarcity, I don't have enough. I'm always lacking.
Okay, so it sounds like you're producing or asserting those thoughts.
You are, and you're living.
So you have your environment, right? You have your environment. You observe your environment. You're like, okay, there are bills. There's food that needs to be put on the table. There are things that needs to be. You see problems around you, right? But
Mhm.
it's what you're saying is it's how you think about those problems.
It's how you
And it,
think about it. If you're coming with the solution mindset, are you coming with again with some more problems adding to it?
All right. So in order to achieve that solution mindset, you have to be
Mindful.
Mindful,
Oh,
right?
there was that word. That was that word. Okay. Okay. So we're moving on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna. Okay.
I-
I did that.
Go ahead.
I just want to say this. When I started to wake up in the morning and write down in my journal every morning 10 to 12 things that I was grateful for, I started to see my
Mhm.
money change.
Yeah, it changes everything.
I started to see everything change. Yes, waking up and do you come on?
It sounds like a cliche. All of that sounds like a cliche, and I used to be like, "Well, ain't nobody finna do that shit. That don't work." And then after I started practicing and implementing some of these different things, I'm just like, "Wait a minute now." This is when you change, like you said, if you become solution oriented instead of problem oriented,
Yes.
it makes a big difference.
It does.
It
I
shows
can't
you how much
afford
power
those.
you have.
Right, and then you start looking around, what can I do to solve this problem? And then you'll go back to the basics. I might not have enough money for this, but in my backyard, I'm growing some strawberries, right?
Right.
I don't have to go to the store and buy these
Yeah.
$10.99 strawberries.
Yeah.
I can make whatever it is. It has to
Yeah.
do with having a solution mindset.
It's so funny because I taught the class last week with the kids, and I have them rephrase negative thoughts, and that's exactly and they caught on to it. Like, everything you say that you can't do, I need you to put it in a better way to make it sound more positive. And I'm like, it definitely works. I may not have it. I may not have it now, or I may not have it in my refrigerator. Like you said, I got strawberries in it. I can eat that. I'm not gonna starve.
You know what's really funny is our society gets on my nerves sometimes.
Me too.
it gets to the point, I'm a birth worker as well, so it had become like a rite of passage for mothers to have their babies in the hospital versus having them at home birth, right? Because if you was having a home birth where you were in a neighborhood or whatnot, you were considered poor.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're trying to flip that on us. Now, if you are growing your own food, you must be too poor because you can't go to the store.
Right.
It's the mindset that we are being indoctrinated with, and we have to combat it. So that somebody had said the scarcity mindset leads to comparing to other people, and you going further into debt because a lot of stuff that we don't need, and we have to break down our needs from our wants. You have to break that down. What do you absolutely need? Are all your needs taken care of? And then go into your wants. Do you really want that because you want that, or because somebody dropped that seed in your head and said that you want it?
my wants supersede my needs, because I need my needs to have validation that looks like success. Falling over.
The looks. All right, last question, and then we're gonna transition into our takeaways, right? So this one: how important is understanding your emotional relationship with money to you? How important is understanding it? That was one of the questions in the group.
That question was posed in the class that I took, the trauma of money, and we had to do our shadow work when it came to our relationship, not just with money, but with resources. So are we emotionally attached to it? Are we detached to it? Are we connected to it? Or do we not even care about it?
Right.
I have my students and my clients write love letters to money. And then I have them switch the role and pretend like their money writing a love letter to them. because
Okay.
you'll hear so often, especially in the religious community, that money is the root of all evil. Money is
Mhm.
neutral.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
To some people money is neutral, but I like
It's
to
how
say
you use
money
it.
loves me. Money shows up for me whenever I need it. Money
Right.
is there.
Yeah.
It knows that I need this gold mat, and it will be
Mm-hmm.
there instantly because it wants me to prosper. It wants me to continue to do good. It wants me to give back to the community. It knows that
Mhm.
I manage it. So there's another thing too. Money likes to run away from the people who do not know how to manage it. Money loves to be managed. You
Ooh.
look
Yeah.
in your pocket
Woo!
for money running away because you're not
Mm.
managing it. It will run
Mm.
Yeah.
away from you quick, fast, and
Yeah.
Just
I got
letting
a
it
it
sign.
go.
likes for you to tell it what to do.
Yeah.
Tell
I
your
got a
money what
sign
to
here
do.
at my desk that
Assign it.
says, "I control money. Money does not control me."
Mm.
Right.
Mm.
And it sits on my desk. I look at it every day. I got a bunch of little money quotes that sit here. And
Some people too. Go ahead.
oh, go ahead. No.
Some people have a negative emotion when it comes to money, so they hurry up and try to get rid of it. So you'll
Mm.
have people, they'll be down to their last $20 and they're instantly trying to get rid of it because they don't understand why. It's just the emotional negative attachment that they have to it. They want to hurry up and make it and hurry up and spend it because they don't want it in their hands. So that will lead to debt. That will lead to poverty mindset, scarcity mindset. That will lead to even destitute.
I think
So
if you do not,
understanding our emotional connection to money is going to help us understand why we act the way we do with the money and the resources that we have.
I think if some people don't understand the emotional connection to their self, they definitely can't understand their emotional connection to money.
Yeah.
Because people who don't understand themselves, like literally don't understand the root of them, the light and the dark. Like you said, you worked on the shadow
Yes.
work around money. If people don't understand the shadow of themselves, then they'll go into compulsions and they'll use money compulsively, just
They
like they use
will.
Yeah.
everything else around them to
They
Absolutely
cover
will.
up some stuff. Yeah, so that's
Absolutely.
deep. I like that.
All right, and this is our final question for the podcast for the episode tonight. What role does mindfulness, there's that word again, mindfulness play in healing from financial trauma? Why is it so important to be mindful?
I'm gonna let you all answer that.
God level.
I got body chills. I'm trying to hold it together. What role? Mindfulness play in healing. Discipline. You need to know what's coming in and what's going out. Discipline. Yeah, you have to. So yeah, that'll be for me.
Ivy.
You have to be mindful to heal from any trauma, whether that be financial, whether that be emotional, relational, whether that be socially, educationally. So if you don't understand how to take a look back and you don't have the insight, to see your financial habits, your emotional habits, then you're not going to be able to heal from your trauma, from any of the traumas. So you have to be mindful. You have to be insightful.
I
AP.
like that.
I think that you have to be mindful because you have to be able to correct the wrongs, right your wrongs. You know, you've done made so many bad financial decisions. How are you going to make a right one if you don't pay attention and are mindful? Because you can't know what's right if you don't know what you've done wrong. Like I wouldn't know how to invest better and handle my money better if I didn't mess up so much money previously. So you definitely have to be, you have to be mindful to be able to heal. Pay attention.
King.
How do I put this? If you become the current, you always have currency. If you be mindful of that, you'll never be broke. You'll never have a broke mindset. You will always be wealthy. I think that's the best way to heal. Stop looking for the system to heal you, and you acknowledge the fact that you create the system, whatever that looks like for you.
I like that.
Okay. All right. Mindfulness when it comes to healing from financial trauma ultimately helps individuals develop a healthier relationship with their finances and also their emotions surrounding money. So being mindful of your emotions when you're spending money, when you're receiving money. And then there's also the stress levels. Mindfulness can reduce the stress that's associated with managing money, managing debt, managing your resources. Because remember, we're not just talking about money, we're talking about resources, right? I think mindfulness also, big one for me, is clarity. Mindfulness gives you clarity when you're making decisions. So we're talking about trauma here and these dysfunctional habits. Habits are just a bunch of repetitive decisions. And so being aware of that, mindful of that, you can alter that, change that intentionally. So therefore, mindfulness also helps us to break those patterns of dysfunction, of avoidance. And then I think also it makes us more grateful and appreciative, because in my brand, spirituality and finances, they go together. So whenever I'm appreciative, the value of whatever I have goes up every time, right? So that's why I do the appreciation.
People see the value in you go up as well.
Right.
Yes, right?
Because how can the universe trust you?
Right.
How can the universe trust you with something if you don't appreciate it?
Right.
And so why would I give you more if you don't appreciate what you got?
Right. And so because I appreciate my resources, my resources appreciate me in terms of my self-worth. Because I did talk about self-esteem earlier, right? Our self-worth as it's tied to money. So if you're being mindful, you can improve your self-worth, your self-esteem as it relates to money by being mindful and just, making those adjustments. Okay, that's my spill.
Skywalker, I love that. That sounds like current again. You became the current. No, that's the Nile Valley River.
All
right, let's talk, because then we'll start talking about banks and bank systems.
All right, Rakia.
Oh, he froze.
Oh no, no, we're good. Do you have any last words? Because we're bringing you back next week to talk about your book as well.
Okay. Mindfulness.
It's down there.
We will. Mindfulness is acknowledging the trauma, acknowledging what you may have been through to bring you to who you are, being aware of it and being conscious of it. So that's when we deal with mindfulness and mindful spending, which will align you with your truest values and your goals instead of just spending frivolously. You have purpose of why you have these resources and what do you want them to do for you. So the plug, I have written a book. It's called Manifesting Moolah with Mindfulness. You can get it on Amazon and on Kindle. I have developed a framework called Resource Rupture and Healing Framework. And that goes into mindfulness, that goes into mapping, that goes into guided meditations and visualizations. It has a different types of healing modalities, especially for us in the diaspora. So you guys can get that on Kindle. It is called Manifesting Moolah with Mindfulness, Holistic and Empowering Journey to Financial Freedom.
I got it. I'm ordering it now.
I'm looking,
One of them subscriptions that I was talking about allows me to order that with no problem.
It says free with Kindle Unlimited subscription. I just want the book.
Okay, yeah, manifest and move on with mindful.
As soon as I get to my tablet, as soon as I get my tablet, I'm about to grab it because that's where my Kindle is. Yes, sir.
I just ordered
Oh,
it.
there's so many jewels in there. There are so many jewels in there. It's not paperback yet. I'm working on that. It is just only in
Okay.
ebook form. So
Okay.
yes.
Go ahead, throw you a follow. Absolutely. All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming on today, and I want to thank you for coming back next week.
Yeah, I definitely want to read your book before you come
Yeah.
back so we can be able
I
to
appreciate
touch on.
So we can
Yeah,
talk
Yeah,
about
tonight
it.
was
what you're talking
good.
about.
You was late, but definitely on time. We was all late, but definitely on time. I want to thank everyone who stopped by and watched, who gave a like, who shared. We really appreciate it. This is things that people don't want to talk about, and we will see you all back here next week. John, you got me?
Thank you for having
Yes,
me.
yes, yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right.